America's the greatest country in the world, back from vacation, and it's great to see our country barely hanging by a thread. It's good to be back, though. I'm glad you're here. We've said a bunch lately, last couple of years really, that your kids or grandkids will not know the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. They won't know. First of all, Reverend, right? So that's the first sign that he's not welcome in today's polite society, but he believed in judging people by the content of their character. There's no room for that. There's no room for that racist Martin Luther King Jr. in today's Black Lives Matter movement, in today's critical race theory movement. He will be erased from our history. His statues will be torn down, just like Gandhi's statues are being torn down. You thought it was going to stop at Confederate generals? It's not going to stop at anyone. We have a statue downtown San Diego of Tony Gwynn. I'm sure we're going to tear that one down sometime soon. But I didn't think we'd ever have the day when your kids or grandkids would not know who George Washington is. But you've seen the statues of George Washington torn down last week. One of them had 1619 spray painted on the side. And the founder of the 1619 Project said that she was proud of that. There it is right there, 1619. So one day you're going to be with your grandkids. I'm certain this is true. You'll be with your grandkids and you'll mention George Washington in passing somehow. And your grandkid's going to say, who's George Washington? You're going to say, wait, what? What are you talking about? The father of our country? Like, oh, no, Gramps, I do remember that. I do. That's the racist, slave-owning bigot guy. Yeah. No, I remember him. If you are, at that moment, not armed with the tools to combat that lesson that your kids and grandkids will be learned, then the legacy of George Washington and every great person who has ever come before us will be gone forever. I'm going to stop on that point right now because this week we're going to do our special on tearing down statues and forgetting our history in general. So I want to stop there. And we're going to talk also about why purges like this have happened many times in history. French Revolution, Cultural Revolution in China. Same things happen. We're not immune to these things that have happened in all of world history. It's happening right now in real time, right in front of us. But one quick thing on the George Washington statue. This is Trump during the whole Charlottesville debacle. Back in 2017, remember the Robert E. Lee statue was the main thing there. Here's Trump back then.
Excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name. No, George Washington was a slave owner. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, excuse me, are we going to take down statues to George Washington? How about Thomas Jefferson? What do you think of Thomas Jefferson? You like him? Okay, good. Are we going to take down the statue? Because he was a major slave owner. Now we're going to take down his statue. So you know what? It's fine. You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly.
So Trump asked the rhetorical question, should George Washington and Thomas Jefferson statues be taken down? And a good number of people in America said, yes, they should. And now they are. That was only 3 years ago, right? And I don't see anyone trying to, or at least I haven't until maybe now, people trying to stop it. And I get it, because if you do try and stop people from tearing down these statues, first of all, if you go and like surround the statue or something, it's going to cause some violence, right? So you have the instigators, you're trying to stop them, they beat you up, and you're going to be in trouble, right? Right, you're going to be called the instigator because you are defending property, right? So you know the media is never going to take your side in this argument here. So you will be framed as the bad guy if you or anyone were to try and stop these vandals. So no people are stopping it, and then you hope the police and the government will protect his property. Trump has fortunately cracked down on stopping people from destroying federal property, federal statues at least. So we put a stop to that, ideally. So that's why no one's doing anything. And it's not at least on a local level, it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. So that's the tearing down of statues, like forcefully at night. But then it was last week or so, the New York City City Council voted to remove a statue of Thomas Jefferson from the city council chambers. So you have two groups of people tearing down statues. You have those in masks in the cover of darkness, and you have those in government in broad daylight tearing down statues. And if you say anything about it, you're a racist. Slater Crusaders, thanks for watching the first on YouTube. If you want more, like, subscribe. We got plenty.